All right, everyone. Want to give everyone an update on where we're at weather-wise. We've had a up and down weather day, and things are starting to get a little more concerning. So I wanted to come on and let you know what we're looking at right now. So we have a couple areas of concern. Number one is the severe thunderstorm warning that is for southeastern Dallas County into northern part of Ellis County, and then that thunderstorm that's just south of that storm is a tornadic supercell. And although it doesn't quite look as impressive as it did just a second ago, it's still a very dangerous storm. So if you know anybody that lives in Ennis, Rice, Palmer, anywhere within that polygon, shoot them a text, call them, tell them to take shelter. Moving northeast about 50 miles an hour, so it won't take them long to get there. So if you know anybody down that way, give them a heads up. All right, so the storm is closer to us. We have a severe thunderstorm that is around the just southwest of Red Oak, moving northeast again about 50 miles an hour, and that's this particular severe thunderstorm warning right here. Nothing too terribly to get worried about. In the big scheme of things, it's not tornadic, but 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail, just indicated by radar. So we haven't had any ground reports of that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did. That's moving northeast. If that actually keeps on its current trajectory, I should say, then the worst of that will miss northeast Dallas County. So we have a storm that's not severe, that's right here, moving northeast. Again, a pretty good clip. And if we kind of delve into the storm just a little bit, actually won't let me do that until I turn this off. Hail size about half an inch, moving north. Like I said, about 50 miles an hour, so it's behaving so far. Another concern is this is in Tarrant County and southern Denton County. These are severe warning storms. They're not really supercellular in the traditional sense, but they're more of that straight line type wind concern. So we've had at least radar indicated 60-mile-an-hour winds and maybe greater. So we're going to use a different radar here and get the terminal Doppler radar on here. The good news is that it's not quite as intense as it was just a couple radar scans ago, but we can kind of put our analysis on here and see what we got. Yeah, it's not as impressive, thankfully, but you're still talking about 40-mile-an-hour winds. Then if you get up into just northwest of Flower Mound, more like 30. So hopefully that will behave itself. So that's actually not too bad. But again, that's severe warned, and so we definitely want to keep an eye on that. All right, so we're going to go back to the bigger radar here, and back to Fort Worth radar here. All right, and so again, we'll put this in motion. So you got this line of storms moving through Tarrant County, southern Denton County. That's moving to the east at a pretty good clip. There's a lot of straight line winds with that one. Like I said, we got these supercells that are south and southeast of Dallas County, and hopefully they will stay that way. But again, this is focused on Dallas and Tarrant County at the moment, and you can kind of see this line's moving more east northeast, and you got these supercells that are moving more with the jet stream, which is more to the northeast. And again, though, supercells will tend to right move a little bit, and if that's the case, that would keep most of them south of Dallas Fort Worth proper. But again, something we definitely got to watch. All right, let's scroll down here a little bit. So again, this is the tornado warning. Again, if you know anybody that lives in Ennis or Rice or anywhere down there, just give them a heads up to take shelter. And then if you do know anybody that lives in, just checking my updates here. Okay, so still don't see a tornado on the ground, so that's good. But if you know anybody that lives in Kaufman, Maybank, out that way, then it's something that just keep just give them a heads up, and eventually, if they live up in the Terrell Way, Wills Point, things like that, just definitely keep an eye on that storm. All right, so let's put this in. Well, let's do the velocity here and see, make sure everybody's behaving herself. So again, this storm is the one that's got quite a bit of broad rotation in it. Like I said, I think that's why they haven't gotten a report on the ground. And matter of fact, check one of my storm chaser buddies. Don't see anything from him. He's actually down that way. But again, there's plenty of rotation for that particular storm for them to give a tornado warning. That is for sure. All right, so let's go back to the traditional radar. And luckily, these storms are behaving a little bit more than they have been. But we'll put this in motion here one more time. So again, to kind of catch you up, if you're just joining us, we have several severe thunderstorm warnings for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Right now, mainly on the western side of the Metroplex, and then the southeastern part of the Metroplex, southeastern Dallas County. The ones in southeast Dallas County are a little more concerning. Those aren't tornadic. The ones in Ellis County, at least radar indicated rotation, so those are definitely more concerning storms. All right, so, but luckily, those particular supercells aren't affecting DFW proper, and it looks like they might not. All right, so I want to show you something here that is starting to show up on radar. And let's see, just checking out my text here. So we have some good news for later on. We do have the cold front is making its way toward us, and I will point that out right here. And that's this line right here. So right now that's just about to get to Decatur. Just moved through Bridgeport, just west of Weatherford, about to move through Stephenville. So that's kind of the idea, the geographic location of where that cold front is. So once that cold front moves through, we are done. We are done with all this. So the good news is it's about 3:40 now. If everything keeps moving like we think it's going to be moving, then hopefully by 5 o'clock ish, then we'll be done with all this. So any outdoor activities you have, high school football games, things like that, it'll be breezy. It'll be a little on the cool side, but you should be fine. Crossing my fingers for that. All right, so but we're not quite out of the woods yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so let's zoom back in here. All right, we'll put this in motion one more time here. Again, like I said, this goes back about 2 hours, so this goes back to about 1:30, and so you see, these storms moving through these storms on the east side of this line that's to the west. They're moving northeast. The line itself is moving east. So, like I said, hopefully, with the cold front's still behind this line, but hopefully this line will move through, uh, Dallas County probably within the next 30, 45 minutes. It's nothing too horrible. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Now, again, it's going to run into some rain-cooled air since it's been raining so much in the eastern part of Dallas County and southern Collin County. So hopefully that will help, diminish that somewhat. So we shall see. All right. So let me make sure. Don't have any. See. Hey, Andrew. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. And Angela's more interested in the storm in southern Tarrant. That's the last two have gone there, been pretty nice. Yeah, they have. Okay, well, let's do that, Angela. Let's stop this. Uh, yeah, let's see what the latest is as far as it's still warned. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So let's do a little analysis on this and see if there's anything else hidden in the storm. Well, that is not that is not the right one. There we go. Well, it's kind of a bummer because it's right over the radar site. I'm checking a text here. Hold on. Let me take text. Okay. All right. So it's hard to tell, Angela. Let's switch radars here and go to the terminal Doppler radar and see if that gives us any clues. Let's see. Yeah, got some wind in it, that's for sure. There's 53 miles an hour, 60, a little bit 55, 60 mile an hour range south of Godley. All right, so let's compare that to the reflectivity. Well, let's go back to this. Yeah, so definitely got some wind in it, and I think that's the kind of the common theme with this line of storms. Now, if you get up into Denton County, just south of Denton, probably Corinth, Lake Dallas, Louisville, um, even Flower Mound, the town I can't name, which I think is kind of looks like the worst might already pass you, Angela. Um, Hello, Amy. When's this gonna be out? I need to know what my Friday night plans are gonna be. Me too, Amy. Well, I was just saying, if you didn't catch it, so this line that's moving through the eastern part of Tarrant County and the southern part of Denton County, I'll put this in motion, is moving pretty good clip, probably 35, 40 miles an hour. And you'll see that once we put this in motion. It is severe warned, but it's not really. I think it's more severe warned just to be cautious more than anything else. This goes back about a couple hours, and so you can see this line starting to take more of an east movement. So I would say it's not moving ultra fast. So it's about 340 now. I would say within an hour. Especially if you live in Collin County and Dallas County, and points east, maybe an hour and a half at the most. This will be through there. And then, as I mentioned earlier, for those of you I may have missed it, this is the actual cold front right here. So once this cold front moves through, it's a little bit behind this line, then we are really done. We are done for good. And so if you have Friday night plans, you're probably going to be okay in Dallas Fort Worth. So that is something that is something to obviously celebrate. Okay, so we will come down a little bit bigger view here, make sure everybody else is okay. I would say, in general, tonight, DFW proper is going to be okay. But if you live anywhere here, or no friends that live anywhere here, it might be a rough night. Not every supercell thunderstorm is going to come that way, obviously, but it's definitely an area that's more favored for these tornadoes. And unfortunately, it's going to be a situation where the tornadoes would be at night, and that's obviously not a good thing for those those folks down there. So if you know anybody that live in that part of Texas, just give them a heads up. Just say, hey, just make sure that they're paying attention to the weather, and we'll keep an eye on it for them. Okay, so to wrap this particular live stream up, thank you, Odie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do try to make them local. That's for sure. And I don't know, Odie, if you're going to the Wiley High School game tonight, but I know it's senior night for the Wiley High kids. Actually, it doesn't look that great right now. You should be pretty good because when this line moves through. Uh, okay, so there's. Hold on. So if you're doing Friday night activities, then for most of Metroplex, you should be fine once this line moves through. So probably after, like I said, a little bit after 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30. I think once that cold front comes through, you'll have the all clear. But we're not quite there yet. So still got a couple more potentially nervous moments. Okay, so lastly here, just to kind of recap. So the most concerning storm is near Ennis, and it's basically on top of Ennis. So let's zoom in on that real quick. Yeah, I don't know if it's on the ground, but it's not looking good. So definitely, if you know anybody, still haven't seen a report that it's on the ground, but it definitely could be. Okay, that's not us. A lot of warnings going off, as you can see. So that's the storm that is the most concerning at the moment. Definitely got the classic Hook Echo. So if you know anybody that's in this area, points east, Kemp, Kaufman, people out that way, then just give them a heads up. All right, so let's see if they've updated this morning. They have. Let's see. Oh, got a new warning coming out for eastern Tarrant County and northwestern Dallas County. And that's going to come out on the screen here in just 1 second. And we'll pop that up. I think it's more the same 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and quarter size hail, but we shall see. Always takes a little bit of a delay to pop up. Yeah, going to my other. Yeah, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter size hail. So again, the least amount of criteria that you see to issue a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, so with that, I think I will sign off. But again, just a summary, a little bit wider view. We're going to have this line move through in the next hour, depending on where you're at. The further west you are, the quicker it will be. The further east you are, the longer it'll take. And then we will keep watching. This storm is not as organized. This one, not quite as organized. But we got another one coming. Hold on. See who this warning's for. Oh, okay, that's the northeastern Tarrant, northwestern Dallas. Okay, that's the same one. Okay, I don't see anything more in the chat, so I will sign off. Hopefully, if these storms behave, won't really need any more live updates, but we shall see. Until that cold front passes through, that's what we got to watch for. As always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a safe commute home this afternoon. And I think for most people in Dallas-Fort Worth area, your Friday night plans should be somewhat okay. With that, we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all.